That's the plan. That's what we're gonna be doing. So we unlocked this new area last night. So we're gonna just explore this whole new area. We got our badge back. Is my badge in my inventory? Yeah, I want to interact with my badge.
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
At least something good came out of all this.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and, in the lower right corner, your precinct. The man keeps winking at you with his green-gray eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that. But the badge is new. You used an old photo for a new badge.
I've done that before.
Good choice. A newer photo would look different. 8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns. What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it does on you now. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of
our name's not
information
Harry,
on it,
it's Harrier?
and a shining watermark.
Harrier, that's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
Hey, what's up, Mast? I had one of those moments. Yeah.
It's a wartime name. Revolutionary.
I
Give their sons
have
during
used
troubled
an
times,
old photo
like
for my
Undying
license.
or Boxer or Ironhide.
I think it was during COVID. We you had to. It was hard to like get a license done in person, so they just like reused the old photo. Oh, you had one of those moments where you wake up to go to work and find out it's Saturday. Yeah. That's like taking a nap, waking up and not knowing like what time it is or what day it is. It happens like right before spring where the time change happens for us. So if you take a nap at like on a weekend, if you take a nap at like 3 or 4 o'clock and you wake up at like 7, you are immediately like not sure which 7 it is. Is it 7 p.m. or did you sleep till 7 a.m.? I've done that before.
A name like armor.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you officer when he's angry with you, and detective when he's not.
Ooh. Have you played this game, by the way? Guys, I'm loving it. It's really good. Yep, I have done that.
The badge in your hands shines.
Holy crap,
as you
I have done
rotate it,
that.
Catching light. You see lines
Way too
of
many times in
information.
college. Mainly because we were usually stoned in college. So we would get back from like our classes at 2 o'clock. You've seen people play it and heard a lot about it. It's really good. It's really good. I mean, like I would go to class. I'd get home at like 2:30. I would smoke a bowl, eat lunch, and then like lie down and take a nap. And then I'd wake up and be like, oh fuck, what day is it? We smoked way too much in college. Like way too much.
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
What the hell's a freighter?
The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant.
Okay.
The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're W. Freighter.
We have declined captain twice.
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank. In your
That's
case,
interesting.
lieutenant.
You know, I had friends who were either scientists or engineers, and yeah, my one roommate dabbled with the, like, micro sleep thing, where you would sleep for, like, what was it, like, an hour, and then be up for 4, and then sleep for an hour, be up for 4, or whatever it was. It was weird. He experimented a lot with different sleep cycles to try to find one that maximized his efficiency. I couldn't do it.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
Décomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol citizens militia. It means counting down to 2s.
God, I couldn't sleep for only 4 hours. I mean, I do, but at least on the weekends I gained some sleep.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the revolution, which
Yeah, it's
in
just a
turn
lot.
was developed by last century experimental psychologists in the University of Königstein.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, and then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kings. Kings like satellite officers and the additionally a freighter rank I already explained.
Okay.
The long and short of it
Oh,
is
yeah.
you're his superior.
You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him.
Oh.
You don't seem to be a satellite. My pleasure.
Such a small yet precious thing.
I'm not going to
Expensive
mention it
paper
to
caught
Kim
between
that
thick
I'm his
plastic,
superior.
like
I
a
don't want to...
fly
I
in
like the
amber.
balance we
It
have. Me
reads,
and this guy. I like this guy. Kim, he's good. I like him.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure. 4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter.
Yeah, I think it's a flavor where I can understand why people would not like this game, which is like there's not a lot of action or combat. It's a lot of dialogue, which I like.
A new badge usually comes with a
I'm an
new
RPG
rank.
guy, so I'm
You
used
seem
to
to
a
have
lot of
been
dialogue.
doing well then.
You're pretty sure you weren't doing well, but better? Probably yes.
There's just so many things you can do and so much dialogue, and there's so much you can miss because each playthrough is
A lot
different.
can happen in 4 months, especially in winter. The winters are never easy on you, of that you are sure.
All depending on what your choices you make and what stats you put in and what thoughts you internalize.
I remember that time. That was a good time. We had a good work-drink balance
I
going.
don't...
What happened, man? Pump it up!
I don't think it would work as a TV series. I say that with respect to the game. I don't think it would work. Because part of the... Yeah. What I'm saying is, like, part of what makes this special so far is just how different each route can be and what thoughts you internalize, making it very personable to your experience. And to turn that into a TV show, I don't think works. There could be other things they could have done with this universe, with the world itself, that could have been an interesting concept for a TV show, but not the game itself. Half-Life is one of those weird
Yes,
ones.
it's the designation of your precinct. 41, like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor, a lot of asphalt. The 41st is... It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what
We're
it
never
is.
going to get Half-Life 3, right? And I just don't see them... I mean, you could wind up getting something as bad as the Halo TV show, which is pretty awful.
It's no wonder you are like you are. he thinks. But then again,
it's a legendary district and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiaeva.
Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, names from your decomptage flash in your forebrain. The badge in your hand shines as you wrote.
Oh, that was cool.
There's no way to listen to the tape without a working tape player or portal reel at hand.
I know. It's like 5
But
days.
even just holding the tape makes you feel a little sad.
I love the original Half-Life and
A
all
pawn
of its
shop.
expansions.
A pawn shop would have a tape
What's it?
player.
Blue Shift. There's like something Protocol. There was so many. I love them. Alright, cool. So we got our badge. Now we have a bunch of people to talk to. So we unlocked this area the other day. Yep. Yeah, I mean that's like Gordon gets frozen essentially. Bow knot. Yo, bow ties are cool. Bow ties are cool. I get experience each time I touch one of these, like, orb things. Who are these people? Let's talk to this guy first. Washerwoman.
You're not sure about the melody, but it might be South Samaran, possibly Sigayan.
Blue Shift,
also
opposing
known as
force,
the
that was
apricot
it.
suzerainty.
Yeah, I love those.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts. Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Trouble? Say the second thing, Bratan. Shows you got style.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen. No, not you personally.
I don't think I played Decay.
I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another. Locked himself in that woodshed over there.
I need to eventually someday play Black Mesa.
He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more
I remember
secluded place,
Source.
somewhere more quiet.
I remember Source. I remember hearing about Source.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
That's good to know.
Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black hound.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
Maybe they are afraid. Because you're an ill omen. But you're
up there
still
for me.
welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then. Because that's the kind of fishing village we've built.
I'm a big Halo 1, 2, and 3 fan, and Reach fan, so, like, Half-Life's up there for FPS with me with those Halo games.
I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone, searching for treasure. So are others.
Interesting.
Ah, Look at me ramble on. What brings you to us? Not much. There's the abandoned church, the DeLorean Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time, even. Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have been nicer then.
Portal 2 is one of those games that I've picked up multiple times and just cannot finish. I can never finish Portal 2. I have played and finished, like, Portal 1 multiple times, but not Portal 2 for whatever reason. I don't know why. But for whatever reason, Portal 2 I just can't finish. I always start it and then just never come back to it. It's weird.
So, they don't hold services there anymore? The Ecclesiastes?
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking.
Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run-down bunch of houses, empty. I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something. Before the war.
Oh yeah, I
wasn't
mean,
here then, you know. Was born in Samara.
the original Modern Warfare 2 had one of the best campaigns of an FPS ever. It was amazing.
Of note, the old fish market up on the boardwalk. But it's closed. No one. That's why it's closed. It was once a bustling place, back when I was young, and so was everyone else. Now, what catch we do bring in goes straight into a lorry for the Delta or somewhere else. What? You're one of those real estate people with big plans? If you want a development opportunity, you can check out the abandoned building over at Land's End.
PUBG, dude. Players Unknown Battlegrounds.
Used to be a supply depot,
Like, I never played it.
we think, sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jammed shut though. We tried to get in, see if there was anything to sell or scavenge, but it's impossible.
Nothing is impossible, surely.
And now you know everything there is to know about this coast. Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist. This is pretty much
I never
one
played
place.
H1Z1
A
either.
gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny.
Pornographically poor?
Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east. But they're away right now.
Yeah, I never played Minecraft, but Minecraft has kind of stood the test of time, it seems.
And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them. Sooner or later, you'll see for yourself. Don't have to look long to find these guys.
What am I
The
showing this
lack
place?
of wealth is the one thing we've got in abundance.
Riddles. Fits with the general ambiance here.
Aye. Sometimes it's as though I'm also gotten lost inside this nameless nothing.
I finally played and beat Grand Theft Auto 5. It took me a while to get around to it. I finally played it. And I beat it. And it was good. I enjoyed it. I thought it did a good job with the story. I enjoyed playing it. I look forward to GTA 6 because I hated 4. I hated Grand Theft Auto 4. A lot.
Oh, it seems to be a common theme these days. Isn't that what people always think when they are lost?
Oh yeah, San Andreas
Something
is the
I can do
best.
for you to find your way, officer?
Yeah, San Andreas is absolutely the best story. But I liked 5's story. It was good. It was one of the better ones. I don't like the characters at all, and I don't really care for Liberty City the way they depicted it. I just thought it was so drab and kind of boring. Whereas I liked Liberty City more in like Grand Theft Auto 3. I'm excited to go back to Miami for Miami Vice or Vice City, but you know what I mean. It was, yeah, I could tell it was, and I didn't vibe with me. It just didn't vibe
Over
with me.
there, you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild. That's the pox.
The pox.
An old military hospital and its surroundings. Or it used to be, during the time of the suzerain.
I would agree with that.
After the war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shock veterans.
Yeah, it
and
was well
folks
done.
looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets and makeshift cinder block houses, shacks as far as the eye can see. The goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's here for you? No, officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks tried hiding from their women and then forgot about.
I find it funny. Franklin might have been the most down-to-earth character of the 3. Right? Franklin might have been the most down-to-earth. Because Michael just has so many issues, and Trevor is just straight up insane. What? Oh, for the option? Absolutely, I pick C. Absolutely, I picked the true end. The good ending.
Under
Death Wish?
cards,
Yeah, I
notes,
totally picked
and
Death
little
Wish.
Boxes, it's not hard to find.
Trevor is Trevor.
She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie.
Isabel
Now
Sadie.
it's your turn, Mr. Quite a handle you got there. So many titles. One of them double. Eh? What's this about? Come now, I can't read all this scribble. Tell me what it says. Huh. I might be half blind, but it looks like part of the village is gonna be a street. The best part. The part we need to get out of our houses. Have you asked Lillian about this? I won't even consider signing till I know she's
okay.
on board. She's right over there. The dark-haired woman, leaning over the railing.
Yeah, Michael's the smartest for sure.
Yes, you do that. Can't let fat Mr. Clare down now, can you?
Okay, so I gotta go talk to the other lady to get her signature. These are children.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old.
Tommy Vercetti. Yeah.
The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth. The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious
Stranger
fact
danger.
that you just stated.
Stranger danger.
He looks just like me.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt.
You're bad with kids.
I am.
Don't
yes.
worry, everyone is. How about we do some police work now? We're not getting anything here.
The kids don't reply, absorbed in their little game.
That's why they say that the Death Wish is the canon ending. It's because they're still used in online. Is there anything in this building?
Hello, mister.
Little Lily.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
It's a grouse.
You might be able to get on Gart's good side if you replace the broken scooter you almost certainly
Oh,
broke.
cool.
Sure. I mean, you already took it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry.
GTA 6 Online? Yeah, that's probably going to be wild.
Oh, I had gloves. Very big ones. Heavy, too.
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house. Where no one lives.
Oh.
I think someone hid them there.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
I hid them. The twins were gonna take them.
Oh.
They're stupid.
We're going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
Oh. They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle.
Cool.
It's not very good.
Yeah, I'm excited for the story. I'm excited for, like, they have a female protagonist again, or one of the two protagonists, at least, that we know of is female. And that's cool because we've never had that before.
My mom's outside. And I don't really know about my dad. It's Lammy! He's my friend. Sort of. Like...
Strip clubs are going to be ridiculous. Ace Attorney 7's never coming out? It doesn't exist.
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
Yes. Very soft. Isn't he soft? Bye!
That was cute. Alright, so the sandcastle's right there. Let's go get that.
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you
agree.
from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network.
I'm hoping 4, 5, and 6 collection sells well. I really am.
The little castle? The reigning lord must have come upon some really tough times to let it sleep in such decrepitude.
The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection
Yeah, I
front.
expect to sell well. Oh. Oh, well, I mean, they're just better. They're just better.
As you fold your fingers into a fist, you realize you could knock anyone out with one punch. The white ceramic gloves wrap around your digits comfortably.
The Apollo and Athena trilogy.
Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plates reorient to your motions. The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and light, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you. 2. Are you sure you're correct there? There was a helmet too. 3 pieces more like. You were ambitious. It may be a while before you have all the pieces. In the meantime, you should analyze the armor. figure out its vulnerabilities. Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic
Bought
redistributor
games.
meant to stop bullets. Wear it, observe its properties, see if there's a weakness in the design.
Yeah, it pretty much was.
For the day you have to fight someone covered in the same material.
Interesting. -1 Savoir-Faire. What is Savoir-Faire? Savoir-Faire. Acrobats, thieves, unbearable show-offs. Okay. Not really. I haven't really needed to use that ever. Let's see. I feel like this is something worth internalizing. It's not a long one either. So this game, Masked, has this whole thoughts kinda, it's like a skill tree, but you get various negatives and positives. And like this is a temp while you're researching it, this will happen, and then this will be changed to something else once 3.5 hours passes. I love this system, it's cool. Phoenix has way too many kids. It's over here. Oh, some money. Hell yeah, let's go, gamer. This area kind of big. Oh, here's the church. So how do I quick travel? How do I quick travel? I don't really know how to quick travel. Or maybe it's from the motor cage. So I gain experience for every time I check an orb, so we check all the orbs. I love Pearl. Pearl's a great character. Hey, some more money. Oh. Yeah, alcohol. I feel like this is the scientist, maybe? I liked the second trilogy. I did enjoy, I enjoyed it pretty much, like pretty well.
A pane of Eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up.
Yeah, Justice for All is just really hard to
Barely
get through.
holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Thunk.
We should ask that girl on the ice what's going on here.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men
I don't know if that's
are
an
listening to
unpopular
some
opinion.
new
I
form
think
of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks
the
at you.
first trilogy. Oh, dang. I think the first trilogy is hard carried by Trials and Tribulations.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out. Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually
the
not, he
scientist?
thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home.
A little bit.
I'll keep watch.
Rise from the Ashes is it's just such a long case. What USB device? There are 3 people in here.
Go speak to Andre. I'm just annoyed.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Welshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says,
I have really strong opinions on Witcher 3 that are not good opinions.
as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secret.
Hardcore! Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! Internally coherent. All core! All right! Yeah!
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
Is it though? But is it? I mean, really?
Feels like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent. But you haven't gotten there yet, so you don't know what to say.
I am the mic enforcer. I am the chicks checker. Yeah!
Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think?
This
You
game's
see
so
a
weird.
youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
I made it 15 hours in The Witcher 3 and I dropped it because it was so fucking boring to me. I didn't care for the combat system. I didn't care for much of the world that they were building. I just didn't care for it.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
And Egghead.
Egg!
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Yeah, 15 hours was too much time invested for me to not be enjoying it, so I bailed.
We have many in the pipeline, officer. You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues. Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
Fucking Bethesda.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face. Don't fall for it.
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
I did enjoy the Ballad of Gay Tony, and I was pleasantly surprised when the some of the characters from The Lost and the Damned showed back up in GTA 5. Yeah, the Ballad of Gay Tony is fun.
Burnouts.
It added a lot more color and more, like more funny silliness that GTA 4 definitely needed.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock.
I mean that in terms of like the world itself. And the characters were much more vibrant. Whereas Nico and his cousin are just drab and boring as shit.
Strike that! The world!
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there were the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
Yes. And the worst part is, they're also spooky. I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is...
So there's a bunch of druggies in the church.
Is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge. Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for. All right, man.
Help ravers start a
Andre's
nightclub.
obviously
Let's
very happy you took
go.
him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
Yes. What? The what now? Oh, the old Ultra. I have a major sinus infection, stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe. Yes, that's all Nosefed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
So funny.
Nosefed is the shit. Sure.
Nice.
Here you go, officer. The Noser. Blast away. Yeah, good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water. Oh, it's the one they sell at the fuel station.
The fuel station.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Well, I'm gonna go through the rest of this then to try to open this up more.
I asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. A padlock. It's a temporary fix. Just something to contain the situation.
Yeah, no actual NPCs.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while. Of course. Noid, give the officer the key. All right.
Be cool.
You sense the trajectory of the little piece of
I'm
metal
cool.
and plastic. The object makes a small ringing sound as it approaches. Just the tiniest chime to your left. Ka-ching! The key hits your palm. The speed freaks nod to you approvingly. The speed freak nods to you.
Play cool.
A respectful nod. You proved something here.
Not long. Like a week, maybe? I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%.
Sounds good,
maybe
Mast.
85% sure
Take
they're
it
still
easy,
alive.
bud.
Somewhere in the ruinous past that led you here, there was something called exams. You may have learned the term involuntary manslaughter there.
Yes, I do. I listen to Channel 8 all the time. I know about crime stuff, and I assure you, officer, this is not what's happening here. I'm at least 80% sure they're alive. I mean, come on. Most people aren't ever that alive in their entire lives. I knew you'd get it. You're one smart cop.
It feels good to be the smart cop, doesn't it? That's a good cop to be. Has a nice ring to it. Smart cop. You wouldn't want to be stupid cop now, would you? But still, maybe he's just sucking up to you.
Oh, okay. I won't do that anymore. Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it. He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music and by being a master of ceremonies. Well, he's just kind of here. I don't really know how to communicate with him. Yeah, sometimes, when I stumble and find my way into his center, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself. I get it. He's a puzzle.
Yeah.
He's a quiet man, you know, a host, a declaimer of slogans. He's a performer, gets the people going. Yes? Oh yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it. You know, of Meteo, concerning Meteo. Meteo, a country on Muindi, on the Muindi Isla.
One of the poorest of the first world nations today, but once a great ancient civilization. Capital, Tilakos by Percentic.
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation. And they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericarnassian church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, made the Innocentic system, no? You're right, they do.
The Pericarnassian church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericarnassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance.
We dance.
Love
I like
is
this guy.
hardcore.
It gets great.
Unity! Unity!
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the bass, as if testing the waters.
Yeah! Yakokata! The place to be!
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Pericarnassianism.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving.
Yeah! Let it out! Let the disco happen! Bring the disco into this world! Get this church shit on, and then dance there, motherfucker!
Okay, so the Speed Freaks want to start a club for dance music. That much checks out. Youths like music. You feel as though you might have liked music more when you were young, too. But you digress. Indeed, so one of them came upon the abandoned church. They want to turn it into a club for dance music, but agents of narcomania have overrun it. You shudder to think of all the narco they must have already consumed in there. Narco is bad. Plus, and it has to be considered, you can't invent the future of dance music in this smelly old tent. Imagine if you had the church. That settles it. Analysis complete. Their story checks out. It still feels as if this didn't quite go as it should have. But
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses. Yes, there's also the machinery.
this machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up.
Hey, what's up,
Suddenly,
Tengu?
There are all these strange machines lying around in there.
Yeah, I like Egghead so far. Yeah, let's dance.
One of
Pyrokinesia.
them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
It's the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
For this man, even regular silence is awful enough. But that was something greater.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
Yeah, I would love to solve the
Like,
puzzle
you
with
aren't
Egghead.
alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
Crab people.
Yeah, you know,
Crab
the way it was
people.
climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behaviour.
Odd, crabs are usually marine creatures and not known for climbing walls.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
There probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense.
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely. Well, honestly, I can't, but I am.
Why not? Let's go with that.
I'm 70% sure they're substance users. Don't let the technology fool you.
Are you hardcore?
Sure. What? As always, we'll be...
It's fucking Noid
So
now.
you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid? That's fine, man. But I've got to warn ya, our signs are still off. It'll take some time for me to get my psi on. The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
I don't know what signs are.
Yes, further sign matching would do good
Are
for us.
they like the
One
vibes?
way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church. Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked-up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes headfirst into the supernatural. Nothing's wrong with it. You should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it, though.
The sickest. That's perhaps why it should be researched.
Most of it doesn't exist, but there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist, because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs.
Fuck moralists.
Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff. I'm doing what I can.
It's not easy for him. It probably took him years to get used to Andre. The young man with the tape.
This is hardcore. It's hardcore! Skibbity, skibberdanger. I am the rearranger.
I feel like I could waste a lot of time talking to him. I know, it's so cool. I never played the original. How much time does this spend talking to him?
Back to the heavyweight jam. Hardcore! It's hardcore! Skibbity, skibber. We're close. True, hard, full, hardcore!
Yeah!
Lucky Earthski material. We're close. True, hard, hardcore!
Yeah!
Spinning out lyrics since the day I was born. And the amount of lyrics I got is against the law. We're close. True, hard, hardcore! Hardcore to the mega. Here comes the night.
God damn it.
We're close. True, hard, hardcore! Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. Good morning, yeah! 1, 2, 3, Yekokata, the place to be! Yakokata is a hardcore place.
Yekokata is an abbreviation from the Gradian term, Zone of Ecological
Yeah, all of the
Catastrophe,
voices in your head got
an
added.
agricultural megaproject in the extreme southeast of the Gradian Isola. It involved cutting-edge approaches to irrigation and a completely new type of fertilizer. An intricate system of irrigation networks pockmarking the earth, intermittent seas of phosphorus mud, ripped tarpaulin fluttering in the wind. A pair of molten rubber boots also comes to mind. All in all, a truly hardcore place.
We're close. True. Hardcore. Internally coherent. Good morning. It's the message, so listen and...
One more time.
We're close. True. Hardcore. Internally coherent.
All car. All right. Yeah.
Gotta get the people going. I'm the party boy. It's my job. Hardcore party 25/7 beyond the winter's orbit style.
There is a place far away in Cutler, beyond a certain latitude, known
Oh my
as
goodness.
Winter's orbit, where there are 25 hours in a day. It is a tremendously cold place, abandoned to drunks and failed rock stars.
That sounds
Full
hardcore.
of eternite, depression, and half-finished ski-flying hills. The Suru live there.
We're close. True. Hardcore. Internally coherent.
All car. All right.
Gotta get the people going.
Yeah, request. I want everybody as close to the stage as possible.
I got a little bit of Shiver stuff. I had a critical success on a Shivers thing earlier that was really cool.
Mega. Internally.
All car.
Gotta get the people going. I'm the party boy. It's my job. 2 on a track. Watch your back. Watch out for the heart attack. We're close. True. Hardcore. Internally coherent.
All car.
He furrows.
Hardcore. Ah! The question is, what is the question? But there was a question.
Oh my god.
True. Hardcore. Internal.
All car.
He furrows.
Hard. The question is, but there was no question. We're close. True. Hardcore. Internal.
All
He furrows.
Hardcore.
Is it though?
One mind, one spirit. There's no other world. We're close. True. Hardcore to the internal. All
He furrows.
hard.
Is it though? But is it? I mean, really? No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
What the fuck?
Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
lungs are for love. When Dolores Day was anointed innocence, her lungs started glowing through her body. For the world loved her, and she loved it back. Yeah.
Why wouldn't they be? Are the lungs not the place where you hold the breath of your soul?
I think so. Highly gaily. No nation, but transnation. No war, but class war.
He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Elysium. She was a communist, though.
Yeah! With a rebel yell! I can be a communist. If you want that, do you want me to be a communist?
Please don't turn him into a communist.
Oh yeah, turn him into a communist. Come on, it would be super.
Aye!
He is a communist now.
Don't be a lunatic. Of course he isn't.
I made him a
Germania just yells
communist.
Random things. Odds are, sooner or later one of them will come off as fault reading.
Yeah! Revolution imperative!
Unless you were thinking Revolution imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with eggs yelling. I know what you mean. That's fucked up, man. Lying like that. And a cop, too.
Communism rules the nation. Here comes the sun. Dark Hard Hardcore. Jermaine Egghead.
Basically, yes it is.
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore. Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know?
This
For
guy is so
example,
wild. I love him.
Take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last months, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper? It's like it's only ultra.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto, like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
Wow! Culture cop! I think you might be right. But how could it become hardcore then? I know it in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hardcore, how could anything be? No! This is the answer! What? Guys, there's something happening in his head. Oh yeah! He's doing it!
But you're not. This is almost certainly a matter that surpasses the limits of reason.
I know! So does mine! Uh-huh. Oh. Yeah! Kill all the rich people!
I love him.
You know it in your lungs where the pressure should vibrate, in your heart that's alone, and in your solar plexus where the hits should land. So does every chordate animal.
What? Wow, okay. We should start with the melody. But where would we get that stuff from? I'm sorry, I don't know anything about anodic music. I'm just a party boy. I get the people going and say it's hardcore.
He feels ashamed he can't be of more service to the future of dance music. The young man falls silent with appreciation. He
I love
even
this guy.
tries to contain his smile, as if it could hinder your investigation.
Basically, what you need to find here is a tape with some banging music on
Okay.
it, so that Egghead could use it to remix Van Eyck's jam.
Yeah. Maybe that street hawker across the pawn shop has got some tapes to sell.
Oh,
That's just an
okay.
idea.
Anyway, that's all yours to figure out, Copman.
Copman! Tape! Yeah! Spins the tape until the space escape! Yeah! Righteous! No! No, can't do! This is gonna make people sad! This isn't sadcore! Communism for alright!
That was great. I loved it. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break, and when I come back, we'll continue investigating this area. So yeah, be back in just a few. See you on the other side. Alright, I'm back. Hello. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Mega hardcore! Super mega hardcore. Hi, I'm back. Hello. Alright. Let's talk to her.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh. Hello there.
She must be Estelle, the last of the speed freaks posse. It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing.
Huh?
Maybe she didn't hear you. A little louder.
So should you. Oh. I didn't notice that. Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat.
Ooh.
Lots of feeling. Feel it up. Way up.
It didn't even come close.
You're saying it really loud, but it's not coming out right. Maybe more. More.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
I'm an
The
asshole.
lieutenant is watching the scene unfold before his eyes, unsure how to react. The girl looks down, slowly
I'm an
turning
asshole.
into a ball. That's it. You've earned it. Start crying. Life's hard. The young woman has kept her eyes trained on her wires, waiting for the sorry spectacle to end. But it's gone awful quiet up there. Then, the sound of sobbing. Looking up, she sees a grown man on the wrong side of 40. His face bloated from alcohol.
This is
and
sad.
God knows what else. Not so quietly, crying.
This isn't really about the hat, is it? You know, you're not the only one with issues. I self-medicate. Shit. Life's a horror, you know? Crying helps, though. Get it out your system. And then maybe we can talk. Okay? I'll be here.
Okay. I don't think Kim liked that.
Do you want to talk about what just happened? Normally, I'm opposed to discussing one's feelings, especially on duty. But I think this is an exceptional case. So, what do you think happened?
Thy pen of lies runneth dry. Best to simply deny the truth, bald-facedly.
So you're saying you didn't break down in tears just now and nearly tear your shirt off? Uh-huh. Yes, I've definitely never seen you cry before, nor lent you my handkerchief to dry your tears.
Methinks my liege doth protest too much.
Shut up, drama.
A performance that would make the star of a radio melodrama blush.
Even so, in the future, could you please refrain from emoting too much on duty? The quasi-legal status of the RCM means we need to project strength twice as consistently as any other police force in the world. Good. Controlling your emotions sounds good. Glad to hear it was minor. Can you go on? Then, let's go.
Sorry, cop.
So, like, seriously, what's eating you, man?
There is a hint of pity in her eyes. Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing, and she wears thick black eyeliner. Most men wouldn't call her pretty. There is a manliness to her, a coarseness.
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
She's less prone to blurt it out, crab man, than the others.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still. And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall, upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent.
Creepy.
He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Like a crab, you say?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly. Why? Nothing. Anyway, what else? Recording, I guess. I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
Interesting.
My boyfriend sold them. I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
Everything checks out, sire.
Damn it.
The musicians in the Elysium used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
The sampling.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway. I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device, the thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy.
Damn.
She feels childish, very useless all of a sudden.
Take this, you're cold.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
I like my hat.
Thanks. Yeah, the boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or
I
something.
like my hat, but
Stupid.
she needs the
It's
hat.
really not going to be a Palaceum, that's for sure. Yeah, Andre and the guys, inside the tent.
And why is that?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room. Didn't you see it yourself? It's mostly music stuff, like this tape recorder, but bigger. That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold. Yeah, the boys think it could be a place, like the palace.
Oh.
Yeah.
And why is that? She looks back at her.
Go ahead.
The device is still warm from her touch and heavy as a brick.
Nice.
From the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands. She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup. The wind howls. She remains silent. It's real. Tell her.
What is? I know. I'll stick to it.
Something changes between you two. She looks at you differently
Nice.
now. As an equal. A fellow human being.
So thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. What's been eating you, officer? It's supposed to become... Except that... Yeah. You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments. Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that.
Okay.
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light. Light cutting through a smoke-filled darkness. That is what the future will look like. If it ever comes.
Go ahead. My associates? I haven't got much to say about them. Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them. Me? I'm a silver bird. Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but
Okay.
this is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still. Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone. A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Nice. You could maybe bug someone with it. Wiretapping.
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up
That might come
vibrations from the
important
air.
later.
The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble. Same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum. Oh man, you haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on
Oh, it's in
Boogie Street in
Jamrock.
Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
What is this?
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck, or really be a Palaceum going kind of person. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means either. That's cool. Sucks, man. Was there something else? About the contact mic, perhaps? Okay. Okay.
Alright, well, I lost my hat. I need a new hat. I need to put on a new hat. Extra speed with no rhetoric. New suggestion but gain logic. You can do that. A little sad I did lose my Dick Mullins hat, but it is what it is. More money. Okay.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune
Impossible
in front of it.
20.
The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
It's military, a service depot of some sort. The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it.
I mean, impossible 20? Not gonna do that yet. Scented scarf. Ooh, +1 to shivers. Would I have to lose my necktie though? I like my necktie. I'm not losing my necktie. But damn, shivers would be sick. How close am I to my next? Oh, we're very close to that.
metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change. You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
Sure.
Calling.
Yeah, I've had both
Still
so
calling.
far.
This feels wrong. Should you be doing this? End of tone. Someone picks up.
Pierre? Is that you, Pierre? So nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely. Even the animals have died. Are you sure you're Pierre? Your voice, it's different. There. Chrysanthemum.
Her voice is drowned in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not.
Do it again.
Calling. Still again. Someone with a masculine voice picks up.
Hello, Gerard speaking.
Hello, Gerard. Technically speaking, you're electricity.
Wow. I did. The Pale Driver? You mean the Pale Driver? She was cool. Because right now, one of my favorite things in this game, in the lore, is the Pale. I find the Pale fascinating.
No, but I got a feeling I'll kick your ass is gonna make an appearance if you ever call this number again. Have a good one, asshole.
Phone hanging up. Disconnect tone.
Let's break through our thought real quick.
Call the Mama Dakwa.
Call the Mama Dakwa.
It's not only your eardrums that register sound anymore. Your very skin has become an organ of hearing. Looking for a whisper, light and low. A god who's very, very silent.
+3
Nothing
to perception
escapes
is good.
A cockroach in the other room. A candy wrapper falling on dry grass.
-1
A drunk
encyclopedias, whatever.
falling from a chair in a bar 20 meters away. In fact, you haven't heard the Call du Mama Dakwa, but you have discovered that you have amazing hearing. It must be the only part of you the alcohol hasn't drowned out. Keep listening.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Damn, dude, that +3 perception. Very nice. And we are an hour and 13 away from that thought. We could do Cop of the Apocalypse. I don't want to do the Precarious World. That's this right here, this temporary bonus fucking scares the shit out of me. Okay. Do it again.
You pick up the handset. There's a tone. The machine is operable. Calling, calling, calling. Still.
Stop calling me, man. I'll get you your money, alright? I just need till tonight. Let me work.
The phone gets disconnect to
Nope, doing it again.
calling.
This is too funny.
I'm tired.
Sounds like he hasn't talked to anyone in quite a while.
If I could go just 1 month without writing, no, 2 months, I could regenerate my brain. Fucking liberalism.
The man disappears with a sigh. You do not hear the customary disconnect tone, just silence in the handset. The machine is still waiting for you to dial a number.
Wait, what?
Seems like it did not have time to swallow the coin. This sometimes happens. Lucky you. The call went too fast for the payphone to register. You can still make a new one without paying. You close your eyes and put your index finger
That
on
was
the
a weird
rotary
one.
dial. Then pull down on the number. Then move one up and repeat the motion twice. Strange. This is not how you started before. 414447. The rotary dial feels cold from the sea air. 1117361. Your fingers keep moving like a spider. Every time the ring rotates back with a little ring of metal, like a bell tolling. Yes, 451-67451. You are going deeper now, into some unknown
What is
place,
happening?
far away from this island of matter and its telecommunication networks. 451. You have dialed God knows how many numbers. The headset has been waiting silently to relay a signal. Surely nothing can come of this, you think. But it does. A connection. An ultra-long distance call. Your ear fills with a crackle, the wash of a strange ocean full of white noise. A little bird starts ringing in there,
I'll
not
show you in a
like the
second.
local calling tone before.
We
No,
got the badge.
a
I know the
small ring
name.
in a cage of distortion, far away. A distant network of phones. Calling in the night. The saddest sound in the world. Calling still. The handset starts slipping from your sweaty palm. Your breathing is heavy. Calling still. Then the ocean breaks. Out of the depths, a woman's voice emerges. Small. The dearest thing you've ever heard.
Hello?
Whoa.
Who is this? Dora, who is this? The connection is bad.
Dora. The name feels like a gift. A gift that was meant for you. To make it possible.
Oh, that's
to
funny.
live. In the distorted distance, you hear someone turning next to her. Bed springs rattle. It doesn't matter if you react or not. You still think you hear a man's voice in the background. It's covered in pain and white noise.
No. It's you, isn't it? It's you. You're not a revolutionary, Harry. You're drunk.
Oh, shit.
You only have 2, maybe 3 things left to say before the change runs out.
Oh, God. Do you know what time it is? It's so late here. It's 4 o'clock, Harry. I need to wake up in 2 hours. What do you want to talk about that we haven't talked about already?
This is bad. You feel your right
Holy
hand on the
shit.
handset cramping up with pain.
I'm not risking it.
I'm in Morova, sleeping. To work. The academy, where I work.
No response, only a sigh. The connection crackles like burning paper.
Yes. Oh no, please stop. Please, let's just hang up.
She does not answer anymore.
Harry.
Disconnect tone. The machine ran out of money.
I have a feeling. I have a feeling. I have a feeling that that's his ex-wife. I have a feeling it's his ex-wife. I'll show you while we're here. I am a very sorry cop with a hint of apocalypse. We are pretty damn communist. I've got this stuff down. We put a lot into empathy. And we have a bunch of from interfacing and perception bonuses right now. I still have 3 skill points, but I'm holding on to them at the moment because, like, I feel like this is a game you want to hold on to skill points. What happens if she answers?
You dial the number again in the middle of it, calling, 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 calling. It looks like she doesn't want to pick it up, Harry. Stop scaring her. Come on, you know why. Calling, calling.
Harry, please. Please. I'm going to have...
Phone hang disconnect tone.
I gotta save, just in case. Part of me like really wants to see. I feel
A
bad,
metal payphone under a yellow plastic
but like, I
dome.
want answers.
There's a life is garbage. You dial the number, calling, 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 and calling for who knows how long, but
That should have done physical damage, but okay.
the cold metal
There it
is
is.
hard and hurts your knuckles. You look at them, turning purple. It didn't give you any fun for that money. Your hand is turning blue now. Blood drips to the ground.
Jesus. I'm gonna reload only because I want to keep my resources. Jesus Christ. There's so much more you could have probably got there that I did not get. I'm under the assumption that that's his ex-wife, who probably left him for God knows how many reasons. Probably a lot of reasons. No postcard. This area is gigantic. I was not expecting this area to be as large as it is.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin. You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads, Shish Kebab Revachol. It's hard to concentrate in the smell. The sea air brings some relief.
Yeah.
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker.
I'm not
The brand
entirely
name reads
sure yet
Red
on his
Astra.
full background. We know that he's killed 3 people
2
in the
empty
line of
bottles
duty.
of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find. No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem unhygienic.
A tragedy.
He shakes his head with genuine sadness.
And right now, so far, we have Kim. Kim trusts us so far, which is nice.
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and
dead?
turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet. The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse.
He's dead.
But it's definitely heading there.
Hold on. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now. Careful.
I didn't expect to run into another dead body.
Breathe. He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. A cool leather jacket with a bolt of blue? Oh no. This sounds terribly familiar.
Oh no.
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into two. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Didn't we hear about the description of a guy with that?
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
Is this who I think it is? Is this that dude's that lady's husband?
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head.
Who was investigating
against the metal
insects?
bench. Coagulated blood
Oh,
covers
that's
his
gonna be
black
so
hair.
brutal to tell
One
him
of his
he's
feet
dead.
is still dangling through the hole. A bad fall. It might have been dark outside. This place is a minefield in the dark. His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his mustache.
Oh, this is
His
fucking
eyes,
dark.
empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50 to 60 years.
Where is it? Is it Morel? Is this Morel? Oh man, if this is Morel.
He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely. Overcome with the awful surprise of it all. There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist. A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is what killed him.
Yeah.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you? Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
A .75 liter Tallulah vodka
He had
with
been
its cap
drinking.
missing. There's hardly anything left inside.
Tear all around us. I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
I have the bag. I have the bag out.
True.
So yeah.
It feels disrespectful. Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall. The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there. Solidified on his lower rear teeth.
Chew the whole pack.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum.
Oh.
It's always the same.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet. The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
A dead working-class man with a bottle in his hand?
Oh no, this is
Don't
the no,
deceive
it's not.
yourself.
It's not.
You
No,
know
this.
who this is.
Oh, this is the working class woman outside of the bookstore, who we convinced your husband's missing. No, he's not. Yes, he is. Oh, that's kind of fucked up that she really didn't want him to die. She did say he was an alcoholic, though.
The woman you met at the book stand? Why do you think it's her husband? The bright blue lining? Well, he's definitely someone's husband. Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure. What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the box.
Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab.
Yeah.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body. From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle. A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary work. Good call.
I don't
Guys
smell
at processing can
anything
take care
foul
of the
play
rest.
here.
Alright, we should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema. Let them know we are taking the case.
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53. Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased, or his family member.
Met the guys with the jackets? I don't think so.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil.
I met the Sunday
Radio
friend.
Thriller. Stand a little less
met the
between
Hardys.
me and the sun.
The Hardy
last one in
Boys.
the list is The Glinton Curve by EN-Vtuber. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned.
Like, so on we have our list of tasks. We're not going to get everything done, of course, because we're never going to finish this one because the one guy who knows something is very much adamant that he does not want to talk about her. So I have decided to not push him because I don't want to be a jerk, and he seemed nice, and I respect his boundaries. We still have to call Alice back on another day for that. Still not figured anything about that. I don't even know. This one said that this might take some time. I have literally no idea what to do here. I have the tape. I feel like I really went through Joyce About Reality, but it didn't give me the completion on this. I'm not going to drink the booze. Still looking on this. I did find the hidden stash of weapons. So I do have the firearms. Now we're looking for the working firearm. I need to talk to Kuno again. But I also need to figure out this one. But this says it may take a while. Still need to prove my authority. But, I mean, we've got a ton of stuff done. Still need to find my gun. I love how this says keep looking and it says completed. So I guess we're never finding our gun.
Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
I'm a little worried that it's already 4:30 in daytime in this area, and I feel like I have not gotten
If lost,
a lot.
please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78.
Call
General.
that number.
Business hours, 900 to 1800.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if
Might
we
have
can
to do
learn
that one
anything about Billy
tomorrow.
Méjean.
In game time. We should probably talk to his wife.
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad. It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth. It seems likely that it was left in the surf until someone laid it out on this fence to dry out. Unfortunately, that just seems to have stiffened it into a shapeless mass.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you. A clue? You think our suspect is a seagull who's been defecating on unsuspecting jacket? Me neither.
You should still take it.
Ew. Okay.
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
Ew.
It's a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it? It occurs to you that you're not even
This is gonna lead to a
holding
thought,
the
isn't
jacket
it?
itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it. It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed. It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore. Somehow, it was carried or dragged to the boardwalk, if not by human hands, then perhaps the feral dogs that prowl the beaches at night. Why? Why did you think about it? Look at your hands. They're covered in muck. Now you're just flicking that shit everywhere. This...
What the fuck? Oh my god. This area is way bigger than I thought it'd be. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Oh, I think I found our scientist. There's so many people to talk to here.
You see, a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away."
Looks like tomorrow never came.
And Mikhail noticed the windows.
Brand
especially with how there are no
Hildestone?
windows on the south side. This was to deal with. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Trần Hildestone. You must be Kim Kitsuragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building.
Man, how does he
Not a lot
know
of people
Kim?
realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks. Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. so they didn't have windows on the south wall. No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
What's this, son?
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into worms lately. But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in 08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is, this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Hold on. What's R&D?
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore. You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development.
Ah.
Mea Culpa. You are not familiar with that one either. This man is a bookhead. It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era.
It is almost 5 o'clock in game time. This is not good.
Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here. It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer. An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business
A
machines,
laptop!
possibly even bring them to the average consumer.
A laptop.
Which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet. Indeed.
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D. Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
Pleasure wheel? I'm assuming they mean like a Ferris wheel.
A pleasure wheel?
Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory. It's clear he would prefer there were a big wheel lighting up the coast.
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans. Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers, they used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases, the most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars. What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02. It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans le Lind.
Political concept
Every
album.
local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware.
Okay.
10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Dom Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Juice joined the team, trying to...
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center? He did it. He said Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world. What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
The Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to... In fact, I'm not. The Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center is a place you can visit if you're
got a
ever
new
in
thought for
Vredefort
that.
and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to
Dom
imagine
Center.
the revolutionary setting fire to this
What a
precious
name.
device.
What a name.
But so they did. The felt playback experiment vanished into the fires of '07. Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the felt playback experience, but those are incorrect. Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building. But of course, what else? I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here. Oh no, I don't have it on me, officer. I was talking in more general terms. I'm just spending time with my kid here, showing him around the lesser-known parts of our hometown.
Listen, I'm
It
broke.
wouldn't be wise to carry huge amounts of cash
I've got
on
enough
such
for 2 nights
expeditions.
of rent.
Not that he would have to worry about being robbed. He looks surprisingly buff. Does he work out?
I do some Lomantang stick fighting now and then. It's an anthropological heritage of the Lomantang people. A martial art of sorts, but what not a lot of books mention is that it also carries a cultural significance among the Lomantangs, as it used to be the best means of showing off to look for a bride, which...
So it's like a mating ritual.
Interestingly enough, brings us to the socio-economic structure of the traditional rural tribes
What
of
I
the Lomantang Isles, which...
Why'd I ask?
But anyway, I'm boring you with details again. You were saying... Then I guess everything got said, right? No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikael here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Alright.
Fair weather.
Fair weather.
T500. Remember that weakness you were looking for in the ceramic armor?
Oh.
Like, maybe it can only stop small, fast projectiles.
That's
but
scary.
a large, slow-moving pry bar would shatter it? Or, if I run an electrical current through it, maybe it will melt. Or, personal favorite, frequency something something radio weapon? None of that would work. You need to shoot the part of the enemy that doesn't have Fairweather T500 on it, because the armor itself is invulnerable. Good news is, so are the armor pieces on you.
I feel like this is a spoiler that we will eventually go against enemies in FT500 armor. Sure. Alright, what's here? Nice. Nice. I'm just getting money. This area is so gigantic. Collect as much money as I can. Interesting.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Correct. The density of the bullet holes is unusual. Even in a general average bullet hole frequency in Martinez's sense. Grim affairs. Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days. The manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution.
Yeah, makes
The
sense.
destructive power of such tools proved to be too much. We do need to retain some humanity in this world.
That is some current day, reflections on our world.
A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are many of them, a dozen at least, their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet. No sound.
Oh shit, it was a firing squad.
10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner.
Oh, this is fucked
Automatic
up.
rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side. The sun blazes high up in the sky, baking the planks, the sand, your skin. The order was carried out in the afternoon.
Damn.
A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains.
Sorry, excuse me.
The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of execution performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed. A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust.
They were not sitting.
They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes. They stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background. Ordinary people, familiar, each and every one of them. Comrades, the forsaken, the wretched, who tried to rise against the horrors of the world. 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side, but from which one? The commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crackling through the air. The lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face.
Kim's gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces.
Remember what Trent Heidelstein said about Veld?
Another likely scenario.
Or maybe...
Yeah, it's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation,
take a quick break.
It was a commander.
I gotta run these ads
the
now.
Superior giving the orders.
But when I come back, we'll play for like another half hour max. But yeah, I'll be right back and we'll continue this chain. Hi, I'm back. Hello. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and continue our little adventure.
A cold sea wind blows away.
This was really depressing. And pretty sad. What is this? Is this a hat? It is a hat. I mean, I get a good bonus from perception anyway. I'll take the logic increase. So you can't go any further south that way.
That patch of reeds over there, it's a great place to hide something. Kind of out of the way, being so close to the water. Nothing. Just a hunch. The hunch passes, leaving you there, by the old boy bobbing in the water. Time to go.
Okay. That was kind of weird, but we back in the club. Pretty certain this is her husband.
Here we go.
Yeah, more
nice
out.
and easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
Boy,
There's
crikey.
a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
I'm sorry, he's a crypto-fascist?
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it. To what do I owe the pleasure? Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the A81. You broke the water lock with a motor carriage? There was a billboard in the canal. Not a vehicle. It said Samaran Butter. Why?
Did he say
I'm
we
sorry,
can go back now?
I don't know.
Yes, Gary. We can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we go in.
His hands are large and weather-worn, but also used to delicate, precise work.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it. Typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of my, of any, cryptozoology's career. But to study it and its defenses, find out how it stayed hidden so long. Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators.
I can't unhear just like,
case.
Crikey.
It's my hypothesis that it has
What's his
evolved
name?
certain
Steve Irwin.
electrochemical defenses that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defenses work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen.
Yes, it makes perfect sense. You're beginning to suspect there's something paranatural.
I love
about this
Inland
phasmid.
Empire.
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So,
I'm sorry, what?
very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts. Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real. By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
What would it be like to grasp and hold onto something you think is next to you, or just behind you, like a trace of vapor you exhaled one spring morning as a child? This is what he's searching for. A spectre.
Yes, the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along the coast here.
Oh no.
That's what brought us to Martinez specifically. It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore. I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis. Yes, the females don't need males to reproduce. Makes it easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions. Yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. But as a scientist, I'll try my best to remain dispassionate. And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps. My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
Come on, Morel. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
What the hell, Gary?
Won't let Lena down? Sounds like the cryptozoologist's wife shares a special connection to the phasmid somehow.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's hers. Yes, that's how we first came to know one another.
Oh, the insect is what brought them
her
together.
Story to tell, not mine.
Needless to say, you must ask her about the mysterious phasmid.
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
I don't like the way he's coughing.
No, no, no. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule. What would we do if the phasmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel?
He's dead set on this.
He's gonna be dead
I
regardless.
could go for some trap setting.
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer. Caught the bug, I see. It's easier to get caught up in the search than you'd imagine. Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight. That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do... Oh, it's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week.
Thick. I have 4 skill points, okay.
I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research. There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very near. Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them, you should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
Right. Which means you two can pack up and go back to the whirling.
Whatever he thinks about this detour, it's clear that these men are exhausted and in need of assistance.
Finally, someone's talking sense.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it.
If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss, you'll have time for that later too. But what if the information is vital? On the hunt.
No, I think we're good. I want. What is a crypto
Hello,
fascist?
I'm Gary. Very generous of you to help us out, officer. Yellow man. I mean, officer.
Wow, he's a racist.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook. Yellow man. Interesting. This is something to ask him about after a little probing first.
Boy.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization. I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here. Dark times will do that to good men. My mug? Why would you think that? Really? I hear it all the time. All in jest, of course. No offense meant to anyone.
Yeah.
Okay, I admit it.
Oh.
I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the
Oh.
hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry.
How did he get in there?
You're not going to find me, are you? Whew. Thank you. You won't regret this. I won't use another man's property to dump my garbage ever again. I don't know what got into me, really. Work has been stressful lately. Damn Koiko's price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Nothing. Just, I know a guy who works with the trash collection services.
He has a
CS
master
Municipal.
key?
He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez. So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hemians run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have.
Racist.
I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that. I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know? Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly.
Interesting.
Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was.
No.
Civic
I don't
duty.
buy that.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before, but where?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it. What sound? Really? There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects, trash. Could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby.
The sound you heard was not the sound of something easily abandoned.
What I haven't the slightest. There's lots of...
The sound you heard was not the sound of something easily abandoned.
I hope I could help your investigation, in my small way.
Does this mean you were in his apartment, admiring his colonial mug collection? Perhaps it would be interesting to tell him.
Sure do, officer.
His eyes narrow slightly. He's wondering where this is going.
Okay.
Mr. Everard? So you work for Everard Clare? Officer, please tell him we're good. No, tell him I'll make it up to him. What have I done? He'll send the muscle after me. What could it be about? I probably talked too loud. In the whirling. About some theories I had. Whatever it is, I'm done with it. I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you, or the Union, just ask, okay? I'll try to help if I can.
This scared him proper. He's positively melting from fear. Has to prop himself up with a lot of anger to keep it together.
The weather vane has turned. He cannot be unturned.
He clearly liked his squirming. He may even have changed his mind about the whole door opening operation.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than
we did
Sale.
that first.
I meant no offense, truly.
Do you remember how, when we met Measurehead and I said the next races will be a really good one? Well, this is that racist.
Oh. Are you Gary? Are
Hey,
you a racist?
man, all I meant was there are not many Sealites around here. I'm just stating a fact. No problem at all. Not many...
Do you remember how, when we met Well, this is that racist.
Hey, man. Oh, yes. Of course he is. I was just speaking about his... connections. Let's change the subject, okay?
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath. Yes, like a piece of ceramic
armor, he's got the armor.
One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other, resembling pearls or marbles, stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't
So
tell you
it's just
at
a shame
once.
I'm not going to get the boots.
I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
This shame is surprisingly sincere.
Gary, what's going on?
Later, Morale. I've got apologizing to do.
No, you've got explaining to do.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat. But so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling. So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left. So I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... Fuck.
It's okay. It was a loose end, and you're a tiny tub now.
I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man. Seolite officers commanded the suzerain's navy. Most of them sided with the king when...
It's difficult to say what the lieutenant thinks of this historic apology. His face does not belie emotions.
Because I was weak. I should have told you the moment I saw you. But...
The hell, Gary? You in trouble?
Gary sucks.
I'll explain later. I always thought it was the Union, but I sure as hell won't go around saying that anymore. You have my word. I don't know, and I won't be running my mouth on this subject anymore. Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again. I won't
The
mess
lucky
with
racist.
Mr. Clare either. You have my word.
I break for a
Humpty
minute.
Dumpty Dum Center. You're at home, stupid cop. Not with the art crowd. You hate them. Everyone hates them. Even they hate themselves.
I get money!
It's nauseating. An industry built on sprezzatura and sparkling wine. And, let's be honest, tax evasion schemes. The Humpty Dumpty Dum Center is the heart of this unholy symbiosis of aesthetics and tax optimization. And now that you've internalized it, you can have a piece too.
Any encyclopedia passives will give me 10 EXP and 2 real, but I lose 2 suggestion. That's really funny to me. So is there a... I'm guessing there's a limit to how many thoughts I can have at any time. Like, this is my last thought slot. Things cost a skill point to forget? Or no? I don't know how this works. Definitely want to keep more way south. I like that. Love this one. This is really good. This is really... I mean, +3 perception's really strong. Left-wing dialogue options give us +4 EXP. I mean, this one I might forget. Speed? I don't do speed. This one's good. I love this one. +1 pain threshold, +1 volition, -1 empathy. I'm assuming this is a shirt, or is it a... I'm guessing it's a shirt. I have +1 to logic. I don't mind losing the empathy because I have so much already invested in empathy. But this does give me a little more pain threshold and volition. Ooh, these glasses might be worth putting on. Maybe? I don't know. I'm gonna take these off. I'm gonna put... Where'd they go? These on, because the encyclopedia gives me money and experience. Really? That's funny. That's really funny. See, I'm getting a perception. I'm gonna change the pants. Pants do I want to put on? Right now I'm buck naked. Do I have any other pants? I don't think I do. It's either that or this. Make you so dramatic it's a problem? I love that. That's so good. I always have my flashlight on me. Alright, well, we got that done. Oh, another question. How do you fast travel? They said that there's a quick travel, but I don't know how to do it. Go to the map? What do I do here? And it doesn't do anything if I click on it. I'm clicking all over the place. Yeah, nothing happens. Like... Whoa, what? That was weird. I might just Google it. How to quick travel in Disco Elysium. It's really weird. That's weird. Yeah, that's not really well explained at all. So the waterfront, the fisherman shacks, or the church? So it's Kim's car for waterfront, in front of the fisherman shacks, or outside the church. That's really weird. Not gonna lie, that's kind of weird.
a trap in the reeds at your feet. Behind you, the ruins of a residence.
Oh, so that's the trap, okay. How do you get that? Huh. Okay, so where the dead body was. Okay, so that just takes me over there. Okay, so I found like the boundaries.
You stop mid-step and put your hand on a garish necktie.
That bottle, Bratan! Just look at that bottle!
In this drunk's hand, on the pipe there, glowing blue, a mysterious, otherworldly blue, filled to the brim with holy mysteries.
Oh, I think this is about so much more than cool. Please go talk to him. See what it's about. I'm drawn to it.
Okay.
The noxious odor emanating from the drunken
I
man
love the
is
horrific
strong and
necktie.
familiar.
Apparently, I think Flat said that when they played this game, they totally skipped the necktie and never had it.
Don't you call her?
And I love it.
Don't call Abigail.
Oh, Tengu.
Abigail. Don't you
It never
fucking
spoke. See, I guess maybe I'm
Abigail.
so much into Inland Empire that it talks quite a bit.
Don't you fucking call her. Don't call Abigail.
The man hiccups, then mumbles something unintelligible.
There's no use in yelling at drunks. He's barely holding it together.
The drunk man starts coughing a really disgusting, hacking cough. He snorts and beckons you to lean in closer.
Don't call Abigail. Don't call Abigail.
Really? It's a check. Oh, okay.
Don't call.
There was little chance he'd be a reliable witness anyway.
Don't call Abigail.
Hey, tequila!
I love TM.
Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you? So what's happening? Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding?
Good. These people know your true name.
What?
Looks like it has preceded you, Mr.
That's
Sunset.
right.
More
Tequila
on
Sunset.
that later.
I like this guy. You should too. He respects you by calling you your true name.
I know what you mean. Sitting around with these bums, you really get to know the nitty-gritty of reality. And it isn't good. Things aren't going super well for Idiot Doom Spiral either. Haven't found those keys
Idiot
yet,
Doom
haven't won that
Spiral.
great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies. We are saving the world.
Please! Please don't call.
Okay, we're
Get it.
drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity, and willpower. But that didn't work out. So now, it's a pirate's life for me. It's you. You're Tequila Sunset. We've met before. Don't you remember?
No, you sure don't.
Aha. Do you
Money.
want to know how Tequila Sunset came to be?
Tequila.
I
Tequila
love
Sunset.
Encyclopedia. It's gonna give me so much
Something
money.
ominous there.
Man, that conversation we had earlier could have given us so much money.
Mm-hmm. Let me take a sip to moisten up my chords. Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday, and by Tequila
Yeah,
Sunset,
I love Inland
I
Empire.
mean you, the man, the myth. Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting. You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, all you did was get piss drunk. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head right in front of them.
Imagine doing
That's
that.
pretty high concept, if you ask me.
The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
It was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, were getting our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling.
Oh, yes, you do, Bratushka. The only thing better than that is putting the pedal to the metal after you kiss the tie. And off we go.
One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving
Fucking
up
love the
somewhere on
necktie.
plaza, followed by a series of dings and bangs.
Do you remember
That's
the sound
us.
of wood cracking? The billboard.
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in. Anyway,
Naturally.
there was a brief silence, a gasp of silence, if you will, followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic. What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach, you revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs, "The time hath come!" So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come, to which you replied,
The age of Tequila Sunset.
"The time hath come for Tequila Sunset, the end of all things." After which, your reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right off the jetty, and through the ice.
The muscles in your right leg tense up.
We ran towards the ice, whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit, like some kind of sea monster. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep. Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences
God.
and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to. We asked about the whole Tequila Sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now and insisted that we all call you that from then on. Yeah, I agree. Hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning,
this
you got
is not
belligerent
going in a
and
good
wanted to
direction,
talk
is
about
it?
Revacholian women. How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while, you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up, and left without saying anything.
Wow, that's quite a story.
Yeah, I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct. You must be proud to work with him.
If you only knew.
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard.
I feel like my gun
and that
got
we've all been fucked
taken.
too.
Please, don't open that door.
Oh, what the fuck?
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here.
Abigail!
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit. Beside your gun and your badge, you said something about your hope or heart or something. To be honest, the details are a little hazy. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? That's a big one. You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style.
Ow.
It's more like you were cramping theirs.
No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show. Yeah, you kept talking about how the coal mine owners were fucking us all over, just like that woman fucked you. I didn't agree with you, by the way. The spectral hand of the market makes sure everyone gets exactly what they deserve.
I wonder if that changes depending on what your political alignment is.
Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone to do it. You're doing it solo now.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
It's not meant as a joke. He's sorry for the hermit cop.
You kept apologizing for
Yeah,
being such a bad cop, and for the damage you've inflicted on everyone around you. You also kept pausing to knock the heel of your hand against your temples, saying, "Stupid, stupid, stupid." It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs. You too, Tequila Sunset.
That was interesting.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy? So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that.
Oh no, he's got
Spirits
speed.
I can let go for 300 real. I also have speed.
I said this
And
earlier.
by
I
speed,
said this in somebody else's chat that I was talking in. I could see myself doing a playthrough of this game, like down the line later, but come back to it, and just do a complete impulse run. Right? Like no, just no restrictions. Drugs? Yes, I'll do drugs. Alcohol? Yeah, I'll do alcohol. Smoke? I'll smoke. Just listen to electrochemistry. I think it's electrochemistry. Just mash everything into electrochemistry to the point where we are just party planet. Yeah, just pure id. Id and pure physique and half-light, pain threshold, and like just everything else won. Physique maxed out. The dumbest, rudest, jack-assery cop we can be.
See? There it is, Bratushka! The spirit! Let's buy the spirit! 300 real is a lot, but this has to be done! It's our end game! Bratan, you don't understand! It's not just another drink! This is what our relationship has been building towards all these years! This is the climax, the mystery, the virginal sigh! You have to buy it from him! Get it off him! Kill him if you have to!
Oh my
Our
God.
ultimate fate depends on it! And
Necktie.
the fate of many worlds!
Essentially, we would just be doing a necktie run.
The lieutenant looks at you, looking at the bottle of spirits, then at Rosemary, suspiciously.
See, friend, it's real valuable. Worth every real.
if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture. You know, it's funny, actually.
He's finding it difficult to focus his watery gaze.
What? This guy.
A little bit into Inland Empire, for sure. Just because it's just really fun. And Inland Empire allows us to also dream, which lets us go into some really weird impulses.
Oh, this is medicinal spirits. The good stuff. Got it from the doctor's office.
He ain't shitting you! Medicinal spirits are a blast, Bratan! The flaming truth of this joke of a world!
I got one of those scientific ampules a few months ago. Torpedo, they call it. It's supposed to keep a man from taking a drink. Didn't stop me for shit, that's for sure. 5 lemons with half a pack of butter and you're good to go. It really isn't. In a week, the goddamn kidneys started giving me all kinds of help. Finally, the missus took me to a private doctor's office. Not a charity, the real thing. Those arseholes charged me £4 to remove the damn thing. But I came out on top after all. But the idiots left me alone in there. Now, I used to teach high school biology. I know what doctors use to preserve dead thingies. It's like 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. Threw the snakes out and voila.
Holy
What's
Jesus
left
Christ.
is this beautiful blue stuff. 98.7% almost pure alcohol. 2 I already sold to these fine gentlemen here. But this last one is yours for £3 if you want it.
I'm sorry, what?
Don't say it.
£3 and it's yours, friend. The deal of a lifetime.
Well done. You got it. That's a much more reasonable price right there.
Just make sure to enjoy that one, friend.
Bratan, I am so proud! Now, whatever you do, don't drink it! This deserves so much more than just regular oral consumption!
Oh my god, is necktie implying we should boof it? And just shove it up our ass?
The tie is so on the money there. Up the bum it goes.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Who said anything about putting it up there? No! We're gonna put it into a way more special place! So special! Just hang on to it! Keep it safe! Wait for my sign!
Soon. The time will come soon. Have patience, brave one.
Oh my god, I can't.
In the civilized world, it's a...
I can't, that was too fucking funny. Oh my god. That was too fucking funny. Oh, that was amazing. Alright, let's see. So I can't continue this way at all.
A drop in temperature, an easy flow of air, an empty street. Before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more drivers smoking on hitch steps. Just silence. Chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened a hole in its roof. An elm tree watches over the building. Its branches are dripping with rain and snow. The road is smooth and motley. Craters filled with a black asphalt. The asphalt, first laid, is grey already. A row of tenements are under construction in the distance. A tub warm with water, white with soap. A man bathes while radio waves transmit the lottery numbers. 4, 18, 21, 4, 1. A modern number 312D. Young girls used to come here, huddled up, hoping for more warmth than their thin coats give them. The bus took them to school. It has not run for 8 years. There were not enough girls to sustain its cost. Craters pocked the surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of black pitch rolled in. The landowners have filled the craters with money. It is a vital artery of the flow of trade. There's one bump on the road. A dead dog lies flat about 200 paces away, right at the turn. Tragedy comes from the wheels of a fast RCM vehicle, hurrying to work. The cold washes over you. The sound of the sea has grown distant. The wind moves the aerosol. A detective stands behind the boom barrier. A breeze moves a curl of his hair.
Damn. So... where is this lady?
The old woman. There's a gap where the name of that song should be. You should ask her about it right now.
I can wash it for you, but it's going to take up...
I could use a breather. It's been another track and field day.
Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do. Must say, I'm proud of this one.
Ooh, okay.
It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you'll have an easier life in your hands. A lullaby my mother used to sing. I sang it to my kids too. It's an old Samaran children's song. Surrender to the night.
That's kind of grim for a children's song, even if it is a lullaby.
Yes, it does. Eh? What's this about? Come now, I can't read all this. Huh? Have you asked Lily? She's right over there. The dog head.
Leaning over
Yes.
the railing? Leaning over the railing? Am I... oh, is this her? Okay, that's her. Alright. You know, this is something I would love to continue to do. Let's see first. Where's that jacket? +1 pain threshold, +1 half-light, -1 drama. Nah, I'm not taking the cloak off. That's too good. Oh, the white envelope. Alright, this is a good place to save the game. So next time I pick it up, we will talk to her, get her signature, get the other lady's signature, and then I guess return, because I think the church will probably do on the Thursday. Because we're just not going to have enough time at night, probably. But we could also try to do our authority again with Titus. We do have 3 skill points, so we can open up some checks again to try some more checks. Yep, I gotta go. I have to be up in the morning. I gotta take my anti-anxiety medication for my dentist appointment. And then I have to get up in the morning and take it again for dental stuff. Yeah, dental stuff is fun. But yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. I'm gonna find a stream we can go raid, so let me go see who's live, and then, yeah, we'll go from there.